Hi guys, today I'm going to tell you exactly how to use caffeine without messing up your sleep quality. Look, caffeine is awesome. Of course, it enhances your mental clarity and your mental focus, but the thing is, it also is pretty detrimental for your sleep. So there are a few rules to follow in order to use caffeine without compromising your sleep quality. Let's get straight to the first rule. The first one is don't drink caffeine 60 to 90 minutes after waking up. That rule seems weird because for many people it's not sustainable. You drink caffeine right before waking up. But listen, the mechanism that happens in the morning, the hormone regulation, the cortisol regulation, all that stuff needs to be happening physiologically. Caffeine makes you more awake, more alert, but it's only artificial, right? But in the morning, what you want is a rise in cortisol, the hormone of stress, because cortisol isn't inherently bad. In fact, you want high cortisol levels in the morning, otherwise you won't set your circadian clock. And you also experience in the morning a decrease of adenosine. You're naturally clearing out adenosine, which is the hormone involved in sleepiness, one of the hormones involved in sleepiness. But the thing is, caffeine makes you feel more awake by blocking adenosine receptors, but it doesn't clear out adenosine. So what happens is, a few hours after drinking caffeine, you experience a crash in energy, usually during the afternoon, right? And that's because, again, caffeine doesn't clear out adenosine, it only blocks adenosine receptors. And a few hours after drinking caffeine, all the adenosine come to the receptors and you feel sleepy. So in order to not feel that crash, that afternoon crash, you want to wait 60 to 90 minutes after waking up before drinking your first coffee of the day. And ideally, in order to set your circadian clock and to clear out adenosine within the first hour after waking up, you want to either exercise and or get outside. That's extremely important because natural bright light, not only sunlight, but natural bright light in general, is extremely good for your health, for your hormone regulation in the morning. And I really want to emphasize the point, the idea that even if it's not sunny, you still need to get outside. It's way better than staying indoors. So go outside and or exercise and or take a cold shower, because the thing is, a cold shower is going to spike your dopamine, which is going to make you more alert, and it's also going to spike your body temperature. So doing those things, getting outside, exercising, cold shower, is going to clear out adenosine and is going to set your circadian clock so that at night you sleep well. And caffeine is not going to compromise your sleep. When you wait for that first coffee, how much caffeine can you take? Well, according to the usual recommendations, in order to feel the benefits of caffeine without having the drawbacks, without feeling too jittery, without feeling palpitations, the usual recommendation is 1 to 4 milligrams of caffeine per kilo of body weight per day. So for example, I'm 82 kilos, which is 180 pounds. So theoretically, I can take per day 82 milligrams to around 320 milligrams of caffeine per day. So that's around 1 to 3 espressos, 3 cups of coffee per day, because one espresso is 90 to 100 milligrams of caffeine. You don't want to drink that whole caffeine in one sitting, of course, because it can be pretty detrimental for your heart and for your health. So you want to space those coffee during the day, but not too much. The thing is, you don't have that much time because you also have to stop drinking caffeine at least, and that's the most important rule, at least 10 hours before bedtime. If you still have caffeine in your bloodstream when you actually want to go to bed, to fall asleep and stay asleep, it messes up your sleep quality. And where does that number come from, right? 10 hours. The quarter life of caffeine is around 10 to 12 hours, meaning if you drink 400 milligrams of caffeine in one sitting, again, I don't recommend you to do this, but if you do that, 10 hours after that, you're still going to have a quarter of the caffeine left in your bloodstream. So you're still going to have 100 milligrams of caffeine in your bloodstream. So of course it's going to mess up your sleep quality. Even if you think that you can fall asleep after drinking coffee, it still messes up your sleep quality. It's not just about falling asleep, it's about your whole sleep quality. Plus, caffeine makes you want to urinate even hours after consuming the beverage. So during the sleep, You also will wake up several times to go to the bathroom. So it destroys your sleep even more. So again, that's the most essential, the most important rule. Stop drinking caffeine at least 10 hours before bedtime. Now, to recap and to give you an example of a typical day, a typical routine to use caffeine without messing up your sleep quality, there are 3 rules. The first one is that you don't drink caffeine within the 60 to 90 minutes after waking up. So if you wake up at 7 a.m., for example, like me, you wait at least till 8 a.m., 8:30, or even 9 a.m. before drinking your first coffee. And ideally, within the first hour after waking up, you go outside to chase natural bright light for at least 5 to 10 minutes, and or you exercise and take a cold shower. And if you want to drink another coffee, you can drink it at the maximum, the latest, 10 hours before bedtime. So if you go to bed at 11 p.m., then you will drink your last coffee of the day around 1 p.m., not later than that. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did and you want to support my channel, you can subscribe and click the bell button. That's completely free and it really means a lot to me. You can also leave a like, leave a comment if you want, and I see you next time.